Welcome to today's show. I'm your host, Mike Slinkard. This week, we're tagging along once again with my buddy Ralph Ramos of Ramos Hunts and Video Production Outfitters out of New Mexico. You know, Ralph is a regular here on Hunting with HECS, and he's seen firsthand the advantage of HECS technology for himself as well as his clients. This week, Ralph is on a New Mexico adventure after whitetails and hard-hunted javelina. As usual, he's hunting with archery gear, and he needs to get up close and personal to make it all happen. It's going to be a great show, and as always, we're going to show it all just like it happened right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting is about getting close. Really close. Get closer than you ever thought was possible.
When you have a cameraman and you setting out in a dirt field like this, you can get away with so much with this HECS on.
I've got to give credit once again to HECS.
We showcase the science of getting close right here on Hunting with HECS.
Hunting with HECS is brought to you by PSE Archery. Tough Country, American values forged in steel. Ozonics, undetectable, undeniable. Victory Archery, the Carbon Arrow experts. Nocturnal lighted nocks, illumination that lasts for 20+ hours. Rocky Mountain hunting calls, we call the game. Tacticam, share your hunt. Warren Winches. Trophy Properties and Auction. And HECS Stealth Screen, the evolution of concealment.
On this first hunt, we're in New Mexico with Ralph Ramos and his hunter, Dr. Chris Wilson. Chris's fiancée is Casey Ramos, who is also along and happens to be Ralph's daughter. This is Chris's first archery hunt, so Ralph is hoping to make it a success. You know, New Mexico is well known for its mule deer, and they spent some time trying to take one of those. But after several missed opportunities, Ralph settled in on a thicker area that he knew that whitetails frequented. They were going to be set up on the ground in the open, and the deer were going to be moving past their position at close range. Well, this is a travel route that the deer are using to move between agricultural fields and back up to bedding cover, and Ralph has taken several nice whitetails here in the past. Just as Ralph predicted, it wasn't long before they had several deer moving through the area. You know, there are deer all over the trio, and several of the does seen them moving around while they were trying to get into position. You know, HECS technology was a big key to this strategy, as Ralph knows that HECS will allow his hunters to get away with more movement, which is absolutely necessary to get a shot in this situation. Well, it's early January and the rut is still happening there in the southwest. Ralph is hoping the presence of that many does will eventually bring a buck past their location. As it turned out, Ralph's plan worked perfectly. Chris is not only able to get turned for the shot, but he was able to then draw his bow all the time with the deer looking right at him at eye level. Then he made a perfect shot.
Wow. 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 That was amazing. It finally happened. Got my first buck with the bow, first hunt ever. And here we are today, just early morning before sunrise even. Got this buck at about 40 yards, clean shot right where I wanted it. So I couldn't be more grateful. I couldn't be any happier. I'm so excited about this. And yeah, like I said, I'm glad you're here with me to experience it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, and also, of course, I'm thankful for having your dad out here with all of his guidance. Would have been much more difficult to bring this all together, I'm sure, without him.
Yes.
So thank you, Ralph.
We'll see what else New Mexico has to offer right after this quick break. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. This week we're tagging along with Ralph Ramos from Ramos Hunts and Video Outfitters. Before the break, we watched Chris Wilson take a whitetail buck on the ground with archery gear. Now, let's catch up with host Mike Slinkert and see where we're headed next.
Well, after their success on whitetails, Ralph decides to head out to Javelina country and let Chris try his hand at spot and stalk on some of these unique and wary little animals. They glassed the area, and after locating several feeding in the nearby scrub, they made a plan and began to move in. Well, this country is pretty much wide open, and even though they tried to utilize the cover when they could, the pair ended up covering much of the distance in the wide open. Once inside archery range, Chris took the first shot of the day. Unfortunately, his arrow sailed just over the javelina. But then, as we see over and over while wearing HECS technology, the javelina had no idea what just happened and hung around the area long enough for Chris to load another arrow and take another shot. This time, he made it count.
He's down, brother. He's down.
Collared peccary, a true American native. What a privilege it was to hunt this animal in this crazy landscape. I just don't know how they make it out here. But got him pretty close. Had him behind a bush at about 40 yards. Unfortunately, the first shot grazed him just a little bit too high, but had my HECS camo on. Got me a second shot, and the second one hit home. So, couldn't be any happier.
With Chris's javelina on the ground, it was Ralph's turn behind the bow.
Get all this. You know, boy, these javelina are very destructive also to all this agricultural habitat out here, but you know what? They're natives to New Mexico, they're natives to the great old USA, and man, I'll tell you what, they sure are awesome little critters to hunt, especially this beautiful weather out here in New Mexico. It just doesn't get any better. The levitate, not the levitate.
They were soon moving in on yet another group of feeding animals.
The original HECS suit is very lightweight, breathable, and versatile enough to be used in almost any hunting situation. The HECS systems consist of 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. All HECS hunting products are now available in our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester-based cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. The original pants are cut similar to sweatpants, with an elastic waistband, elastic cuffs on the bottom, side pockets, and a convenient fly. The pullover shirt features thumb holes, serge stitching, and an embroidered logo. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete HECS suit. Visit our website to learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering. HECS has a lot of new products, including this comfortable hooded shirt. It comes with an integrated face mask, a convenient front pocket, thumb holes, and is the perfect HECS outerwear piece for these cooler days in the field. It comes in both HECS-style camo patterns as well as a two-tone version. You can check it out on our website along with our other great products. While you're there, take the opportunity to get your own HECS system on the way. We'll see if Ralph can put the moves on some wary New Mexico javelina right after this quick break. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. This week we're hanging out with Ralph Ramos, who is hunting his home state of New Mexico for whitetails and javelina. Before the break, Ralph was moving in on a feeding group in an attempt to get inside of archery range. Now let's get back to the hunt.
You can see here that Ralph is just moving straight at the javelina, and this one is looking right at him. But with his electrical signature block by HECS technology, the pig simply stands there and lets Ralph walk right into range. That was a fatal mistake. Well, on his way to the downed animal, Ralph decided to play around with the other javelina, which were just standing around wondering what just happened. Ralph begins blowing on her predator call, and the reaction from the javelina is immediate. They approach the down javelina totally confused by what's happening. Remember, Ralph and his cameraman are standing in the wide open, yet they don't pay any attention. Well, Ralph gives a few more squalls on the call, and they break away and head right for him. At 20 yards, they veer off to the side, but other javelina continue to stream past Ralph standing in the wide open. Any of these would have been an easy archery shot.
Man, this HECS stuff really works, man. We pulled a double today. Me and old Chris, man. He got into that first group, and we just sealed the deal on a second one. And man, look at me. Tell me if I get excited or what. I am shaking, man. But hey, I love javelina hunting, and the old levitate. No, I say it's the levitate, man. Got it done. Hey, let's go check it out.
Ralph, congratulations, man.
Hey,
awesome.
man. Awesome. Thank you. Thanks, Chris, and congratulations to you, man. We pulled a double and 2 different groups, and man, you got it done. So this has been an exciting hunt. Talk about the wind dying down. It just got super silent right here.
It did.
And I was getting a little nervous as we were moving in, because we started getting a little bit louder. But guess what, man? What do you think of this HECS stuff?
I'll tell you what, it seems to work. We got close.
We
for
did.
Sure.
We did. And then, gosh, when I stuck this one and he pretty much piled up, then I start hitting that varmint call, and man, what happened there?
Came right to us. Came right to us.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. We had that whole squadron of javelina coming our way. So, but Hey man, just an awesome hunt out here in New Mexico. The weather, the habitat is incredible. Covered a lot of miles. Glassing is extremely important. I sure was glad Yolanda had the good eyes today and found these hogs. It's nice to come out here with the family and spend some quality time together.
Our most popular HECS system is our base layer. The base layer is a lightweight semi-thermal material designed to be worn under your regular hunting clothing or over the top. It comes in the original olive green, as well as our new HECS Style Anywhere and HECS Style Green digital camo patterns to match any terrain. The material features a highly electrically conductive carbon grid woven into the polyester base cloth. The grid blocks your body's electrical field. The suit is designed to be worn under your regular camo or over the top as an outer layer. The technology is effective either way. All complete HECS systems include 3 pieces. These essential pieces include a HECS pant, HECS top, and HECS head cover. You may use any combination of appropriate HECS products to achieve the goal of covering as much of your body as possible with HECS technology. The shirt is a quarter zip Henley with rugged serge stitching, embroidered HECS logo, and thumb holes. The form-fitting pants have rugged serge stitching throughout, and the heavy elastic waistband and cuff ensure they stay in place. They also feature a convenient fly. The head cover has a hemmed eye hole, adjustable drawstring in the back, and is very easy to use. Additional accessories are sold separately and include the HECS hat, our versatile multi-rag that can be worn in a variety of ways, camo gloves made of a lightweight, stretchy material in matching camo, and a heavyweight over-the-calf sock. And of course, all of the accessories have the HECS grid woven right in. Order right now and use the promo code to save $30 on your order of a complete HECS suit. Visit our website to learn more about our full line of clothing and accessories, as well as our fit guarantee for worry-free ordering. We have a lot more javelina action coming up right after this. Welcome back to Hunting with HECS. We've been following along with famed elk hunter Ralph Ramos in pursuit of wild javelina in the New Mexico desert. The guys are wearing their HECS suits and the action has been amazing. Now let's get back to the hunt.
Now we're tagging along with Ralph and his hunter Rod Yasich. The pair are spot and stalking javelina in New Mexico, and of course, both are using HECS to get them into archery range. After glassing some good areas, the pair spotted a good group of animals and began to walk in. Well, you can see here just how wide open this country is. You might be able to use the terrain or some bushes for part of the stalk, but in the end, it's going to take a wide open approach to get inside comfortable bow range. Ralph decides to set by one of the few bushes in the area and try to call him into range. As you can see, it works like a charm, and soon they have a big javelina walking right into bow range.
Beautiful, but yet not that beautiful. But that's what makes them so beautiful.
Yeah.
That's what makes them so beautiful.
I tell you what, that stock was incredible.
It was. It was.
We got it all on video. We got Danny, who was behind us about 300 yards, and got it all on video. Congratulations,
Thank
Rod. You bet.
Appreciate it.
And we'll be right back with some more Ramos hunts and video.
With Rod's tag punched, Ralph picks up his bow and tries to fill his tag as well. It wasn't long before they had another group spotted and they were closing the distance. Once again, Ralph is trusting his HECS technology to help cover his approach as he moves straight at him across wide open country. This incredible advantage allows Ralph to move quickly and get right into archery range. Even when the javelina see him moving, all Ralph has to do is hold still for a few seconds, and as we see time and time again, they quickly dismiss the movement as nothing to worry about. Ralph is at 20 yards now. Then 18. 16. Finally, at 15 steps, Ralph decides he's close enough and drops to one knee for the shot. Well, this is a perfect example of what HECS technology can help you accomplish. Not only was Ralph able to walk right into 15 steps of these feeding javelina, but the others in the area were just as clueless after the shot. We see this type of reaction all the time, which gives you plenty of time to make follow-up shots or fill that extra tag.
Right there, man. HECS, baby.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed this awesome hunt out here in Hurley, New Mexico, man, my hometown, and got it done on this collared peccary, the Desert Ghost, man. We had a little hard time finding them, but we spotted them a good mile away on this one. There was about 6 or 7 of them, and closed in on this one and another. Hit them a little bit high, and as we started moving in for the recovery, boy, we discovered all these javelina, and it was loaded. There was at least another 8, and you just never know. So just, you know, always be patient when you move in on an animal, but it was pretty exciting. I enjoyed this hunt out here. Videotaping, my wife did it her first camera work. Thank you, Yolanda, and sure was fun. I'm glad you got to get up close and personal on these javelina.
You know, this was a fun time for Ralph Ramos and his friends down in New Mexico, and it clearly showed why Ralph uses HECS technology and insists that all his hunters do as well. You know, using HECS lets you not only get closer, but it allows you to get away with more movement than anybody thinks is possible. If you don't yet own the HECS Advantage, now is a great time to give us a call or go online and get a HECS system on the way. If you need more proof, subscribe to our YouTube channel at HECS Stealth Screen, or see the other information on our website. You know, the fall seasons are fast approaching, and it doesn't matter if you hunt with a bow, crossbow, shotgun, or rifle, or even if you just want to observe wildlife in its natural, relaxed state. HECS will help you achieve more success and better memories, and that's really what hunting is all about. Give us a call or go online right now and get a HECS system on the way. You know, we have a lot of new products, so we're sure to have exactly what you need to make this season the best ever. In the meantime, we'll keep pushing the limits and bringing it to you each week, right here on Hunting with HECS.
If you have an amazing HECS encounter you'd like to share, give us a call or go online. If we use it on the air, you'll be in the running to win an exciting hunting trip with a HECS crew. You can find out more on our website. While you're online, make sure to take a minute and check us out on our social media sites as well.